Welcome back, YouTube. I'm Matt Marcotte. This is Matt's Moments. I'm up here in Seattle, Washington for an Alaska Airlines adventure. In this adventure, we are taking part one of the Alaska Milk Run, an aviation enthusiast's dream, and flight hop all the way up to Juneau. We'll be stopping in Ketchikan, Petersburg, Wrangell, and then Juneau. Actually, I don't believe in that order. If you're looking to book this yourself, look for flights booked with the flight number 60s. 61, 5, and 7 going north, 62, 4, and 6 going south. The journey today will take 6 hours to Juneau. Usually it can take just 2. Now I flew into Seattle, so we won't be able to see the outside of the airport. But we're gonna have a look around on the satellite gates where I'm at. Well, let's get some coffee, some breakfast. As you look across from the mezzanine, you'll see the Alaska Airlines Lounge. Now I don't have access to that this trip. Maybe next time. I must say, this chicken, sausage, egg, and cheese hit the spot. So I forgot to mention, I'm flying premium economy. What premium economy gets you is more cocktails, 4 inches of extra leg room. So we're gonna try that out and see what that product is like, and hopefully good views. There's my bird right there. So it's not too often I'm taking a 737-700 when it's not Southwest. Most airlines nowadays don't really fly the 700.
Headbands on board. But you don't need any bridge or your final seat assignment. I will get those technically.
For premium economy, you board in Group B.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Nope. Oh, perfect, thank you. Let me give a quick brief tour of this premium economy seat. It does come with both USB outlet and a plug outlet. This seat is pretty standard with your safety card, credit card application, and barf bag.
Good morning. Welcome aboard Alaska Airlines Flight 65, service to Ketchikan.
The ramp is getting the last few bags on. The overhead bins are getting shut. It's almost time to leave. And we better get a move on because Mother Nature is beginning to snow. And that typically changes departure routines. This pilot decided to taxi quick, and for good reason. It's on pilot's discretion when it comes to de-icing. As we made our way down Taxiway Bravo, we saw the de-ice trucks being dispatched to get ready for the snow. And spoiler alert, on this journey we'd get our fair share of de-icing. Now let's make our way to runway 19 left and take off. Fast forward if you're not into takeoffs. There wasn't much to see on our ascent up. Plenty of clouds. This is the perfect time to check out the onboard menu for premium economy. Beer, wine, and cocktails are available over 350 miles. The snack cart soon came around. And did you know this tray table has a little cup holder? Totally missed that. I opted for a Seattle local beer, and unfortunately Biscoff cookies, the only option. And the reason why I'm not a big fan is because I used to eat these all the time working in the airline industry. They've been around for a long time, so I guess that tells you something. Looking at the Wi-Fi features on Alaska, bring your tablet, phone, or computer, and there's plenty of options to watch movies and TV. I'm always a big fan of maps, so when I saw this, something didn't seem right, so I zoomed out. Apparently, the route map thinks we're going to Africa. The Milk Run is in reference to its many stops on the daily circuit of flights that hop between towns in the panhandle of Alaska, similar to a milkman delivering bottles of milk. It serves as a lifeline to communities that aren't connected to roads to the rest of the world. As the clouds parted, we descended down into Ketchikan, revealing a lot of the beauty Alaska has to offer. As we come into a landing to KTN, Ketchikan, Alaska, here's something that surprised me. You have to take a 5-minute ferry across that water right there to the town of Ketchikan because there are no roads that connect.
Welcome to Ketchikan. Local time is 9:37.
As a matter of fact, the only ways into Ketchikan is by boat or plane. No roads connect to the outside world. Aside from Alaska Airlines, Delta serves here as well, but only seasonally in the summer. These turns would typically be 40 to 50 minutes long. You can stretch your legs on the plane, use the bathroom, but typically you cannot get off the plane. There's really nothing major in the terminal anyway. The customer service agents would come on board and check people's names off the list. To the average flyer, you may not know what's going on in this video, but they are de-icing this little plane. It's always fun seeing different parts of the nation and world and how they de-ice planes. Even though it's sunny out, this plane may have been sitting a while and it collected frost. More on de-icing later, you don't want to miss it. Doors closed, let's jump to the runway and get out of here. After making a short journey down the runway, we busted a Yui to take off. And it provided amazing views. Who doesn't love a good runway shot? These routes reflect the heritage of Alaska Airlines. The bush pilots back in the 1930s transported mail, medicine, and furs, similar to sled dogs in upper Alaska. Ladies out there, could you imagine having to board this flight to get to the hospital to have your baby? Husbands, you better get the bags packed way ahead of time for weeks. The flight to Wrangle is only 86 miles and about 40 minutes if you're lucky. As we descended down, the weather abruptly changed. It started snowing hard, and you could barely see the ground.
On with us, we encourage you to remain on board for our continuation to Petersburg, and we'll turn the aircraft as quickly as possible. We'll be using stairs to exit the aircraft. Watch your step. Head directly into the terminal. Smoking is not allowed on the ramp area. On behalf of all of us here at Alaska, proud member of the One World Alliance, thank you again for flying with us today. We'd like to congratulate our mileage plan members for earning at least 500 miles on our flight. Look forward to seeing you all again soon. Have a great day.
You might see some interesting things come off these planes, but the most common are pets. But some of the strangest things flight attendants have seen be shipped were trucks, horses, even live animals like a baby walrus or a reindeer. Before COVID, a 737-400 Combi would fly the daily routes because it was half cargo plane, half passenger plane, which would allow for big cargo. With the snow coming in heavier and heavier, this one lonely snowplow took care of business and plowed the runway. It was departure time, and with these wings looking very white, it was time to de-ice. Let me explain. De-icing is used with propylene glycol. Type 1 needs to be heated to 160 degrees to 180 degrees or more. It is also mixed 50-50 or sometimes 60-40 with water. Once the plane is clean with Type 1, an anti-ice fluid, 100% propylene glycol, is put on the wings, and we have a timetable of maybe 20-30 minutes to get off the ground. And might I add, the wings and tail are most critical points for the anti-ice solution. These pilots knew they had a time window, and they got to the runway quick to take off. Our next destination takes an average of 12 minutes to fly there. Petersburg, Alaska. Here's a quick time lapse of the entire journey. Just like most other destinations we're going to encounter on this journey, you can only get here by a ferry boat or an airplane. And if you happen to visit here, check out LeConte Glacier. It's the southernmost tidewater glacier in North America. It is known for its shooters, which is icebergs calving off underwater and shoot up to the surface. Talk about a journey so far. Get that live view in. Your basic 737 live. And just like that, we're all ready to go. Time to close up shop. Some of these routes don't take on a lot of bags. Since I don't carry or own a tablet, I just noticed that the seat backs in front of you have tablet holders. Special moment for right now, but that's okay. Now you know. The weather would catch up to us, so we called for another round of de-icing. But this time, the captain only opted for Type 1 fluid only. So that means we only had like 8 to 10 minutes to get off the ground. We taxied to the end of the runway, made our U-turn, off we went. We'd soon get back above the clouds, above all the snow and bad weather, to beautiful sunshine and clear skies. Sometimes sitting on the correct side of the plane is a good thing. Seeing the plane's shadow, a cool sun ring from the sun behind the tail. The last leg of this journey for today takes us to Juneau, about a 40-minute flight. As we descended below the clouds, the stunning beauty that surrounds Juneau is nothing but glacier ice fields, and here's one of them. What we're looking at here is the Taku Glacier. It is 4,800 feet thick and about 36 miles long. It originates in the Juneau ice field, and this ice field is 1,500 square miles. Some of these peaks seem so close you could reach out and touch them. Sitting about 15 minutes south of the airport is Juneau, the capital of Alaska. That's right, not Anchorage. In 1906, it was moved here from Sitka. Of the major airlines, only Alaska and Delta serve here, with Alaska having 86% of the market share. Even though Juneau is connected to mainland Alaska, there's only two ways to get here, by boat and by plane. That wasn't quite the journey, Hope you enjoyed this ride. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not already. This was part 1. See you soon for part 2 when we continue up the panhandle of Alaska up to Anchorage. See you then.